Kobe Bryant, one of the most captivating athletes to ever step on a basketball court. His legacy is cemented in NBA history through 5 championships, 18 All-Star selections, 2 scoring titles, and moments that made the world stop. But here's the question that divides fans even today. Was Kobe Bryant ever truly the best player in the NBA? Not the most skilled, not the most exciting, but the best. The guy every GM would pick first if they could only have one player. To answer this, we need to walk through Kobe's career year by year and see if there was ever a time where he clearly stood above every other superstar in the league. In 1996, Kobe entered the NBA as a 17-year-old straight out of high school. He was raw, energetic, and filled with potential. But make no mistake, he wasn't close to being the best player in the league. Michael Jordan had just returned from his first retirement and was in the middle of a second three-peat. Kobe barely got minutes his rookie year and didn't even become a starter until his second season. This was a learning phase where he soaked up knowledge from veterans and slowly grew into a legitimate weapon off the bench. By 2000, Kobe had emerged as a co-star next to Shaquille O'Neal. The Lakers won the championship in 2000, but Shaq was the most dominant force in the league. He won League MVP and Finals MVP. Nobody was debating it. Shaq was averaging 29 points and 13 rebounds per game while anchoring the paint on defense. Kobe was incredible, but he was still the number 2 option. In fact, many would argue that during the Lakers' first three-peat from 2000 to 2002, Kobe was still climbing the ranks and not yet in the top 3 players in the world. Things started to shift around 2003. Michael Jordan officially retired again. Shaq was beginning to decline slightly, and Kobe was entering his prime. That season, Kobe averaged 30 points per game, had a 9-game stretch scoring 40 or more, and put the league on notice. But Tim Duncan won the MVP and Finals MVP while leading the Spurs to a title. Tracy McGrady was averaging 32 points a game. Kevin Garnett was becoming the most versatile forward in the league. And then came a 19-year-old phenom named LeBron James. Kobe was elite, no doubt, but still not unanimously considered the best player alive. The 2004 season is where things got messy. Before we get into the main part, make sure to like and subscribe. Also join the Editor University Discord server. In this server, you can promote your content, talk about sports, and learn how to edit. Everything is free as well. Okay, let's get into the video now. The Lakers added Karl Malone and Gary Payton in a desperate attempt to win another title. They made the finals, but were stunned by the Detroit Pistons. Shaq was traded that summer, and now Kobe had the keys to the franchise. The next few years from 2005 to 2007 were the most electric of Kobe's career. In 2005, he averaged 27.6 points per game. In 2006, that jumped to 35.4, leading the league. That was the year he dropped 81 points against the Raptors. He had a 62-point game in 3 quarters. He had a 50-point streak across multiple games. Statistically, there was no one more dangerous. But the Lakers were barely above 500, and Kobe was getting knocked out of the first round. During those years, Steve Nash won back-to-back MVPs, leading the 7 seconds or less Suns to the best offense in the league. Dirk Nowitzki and Dwayne Wade were carrying teams deep into the playoffs. And LeBron James was quickly becoming a monster on both ends of the floor. Many fans believed Kobe was the most skilled scorer and the most feared player, but the Lakers' lack of success made it hard to crown him the best overall. Finally, in 2008, Kobe won his first and only MVP. He averaged 28.3 points, 6.3 rebounds, and 5.4 assists, while leading the Lakers to 57 wins and a trip to the finals. He was widely viewed as the face of the league that year, and many believed this was the peak of his powers. If there was ever a year to argue Kobe was the best player in the NBA, this was it. But even then, LeBron was putting up video game numbers, and some argued he was already the most complete player. Kobe's MVP was seen as part legacy award, part team success, part redemption arc. In 2009 and 2010, Kobe led the Lakers to back-to-back championships and was named Finals MVP both times. He had evolved into a complete leader. His footwork, post-game, and killer instinct were off the charts. In 2009, LeBron won MVP and led the Cavaliers to 66 wins. In 2010, he won MVP again. The numbers favored LeBron, but Kobe had the rings. There was a legitimate debate between who was better. Kobe was battle-tested, clutch, and dominant in big moments. LeBron was younger, stronger, and more statistically overwhelming. But during that 2-year stretch, Kobe had a real case. He may not have had the best stats, but in terms of reputation, leadership, and winning, he had arguably taken the crown. From 2011 onward, the debate was over. LeBron entered his Miami Heat phase and took complete control of the league. Kobe was still great, but the Lakers began to regress. Injuries began to pile up. By 2013, Kobe tore his Achilles, and from that point forward, he was never the same. He had a few more memorable games, including a 60-point farewell, but the conversation about being the best had passed him by. So, was Kobe ever truly the best player in the league? The honest answer is complicated. He was never the undisputed best player for a long stretch, like Jordan or LeBron. He was rarely the statistical favorite. But there was a window between 2008 and 2010 where Kobe had the rings, the respect, and the performances to make a real argument. And in terms of mindset, fear factor, and raw skill, there are players who will tell you Kobe was always the best. Maybe the media didn't always agree. Maybe the awards don't reflect it. But greatness isn't always defined by numbers. Sometimes it's about moments, and no one delivered moments quite like Kobe Bean Bryant.